Welcome to Aether United Interviews, where we have interviews with people within the blockchain as well as various esports. I'm your host, Ryan Chang, and today we are joined by Li Xiangjun. Li Xiangjun is a fintech consultant for FinLink and JetTrade, two prominent international businesses in blockchain and finance. For FinLink, he trains senior officials in Taiwan, Singapore, and China, and also does groundbreaking research on developments in financial technologies. For JetTrade, Li Xiangjun researches and provides advice on financial developments in technologies such as blockchain. Li Xiangjun is also a current member of Blockchain at Berkeley, which is UC Berkeley's student-led organization with over 200 members that trains blockchain engineers, blockchain consultants, and provides consulting services to Fortune 500 companies. We called him in today to provide a more in-depth understanding of how blockchain will not only add value to finance, but also be used to enable ideas and concepts that were unimaginable before its creation. Hello, how are you, Xiangjun?
Yeah, great.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I'm good too. Where are you right now? Are you in America or?
No, so right now I'm in China and it's morning like 11 a.m.
Oh, okay. It's night over here. So yeah, okay, cool. So as you know, Aether United is creating an esports brand by using blockchain to provide our fans with the power to help manage their favorite teams.
Right.
And on behalf of our fans, I would like to ask you some questions regarding blockchain and why it's our apparent choice for the project.
Sure.
Sure. Okay, cool. Moving on to question number one. What is so unique about the blockchain revolution and its long-term implications for our economy?
So I think everyone knows that blockchain is a quite hot topic, but to really understand blockchain is not an easy task. So from my opinion, I think what the blockchain revolution holds are mainly two aspects. So the first one is the monetary flow, and the second one is the information flow. So what the monetary flow might be more obvious because it's manifest in Bitcoin. The very role of Bitcoin is to facilitate monetary transactions across borders, peer-to-peer transactions without intermediation, say the banks, say the financial institutions. The flow about information is less subtle and it's more on a philosophical standpoint of view. But I think what blockchain has changed about the information flow has long-term implication for the economy.
Right.
So let's start with the monetary flow first. So one of the quintessential example of how Bitcoin has changed the monetary flow would be Bitcoin. So instead of going through financial institutions, say PayPal or the banks, I can pay money to you. So that's what Bitcoin allows us to do. And with this, a lot of the startups right now is oriented with the concept of cross-border remittance, about building Bitcoin to fiat exchange. So that is what a lot of people are doing right now because Bitcoin has fundamentally provided a new way for the monetary flow in the economy. And with that, there's some implication for the GDP. With the old modus operandi where we use banks, it's very slow. It takes days for cross-border transfer. And for company-to-company transfer, not only do they charge a very high commission at times, they also delay the payment.
Right.
And when you talk about cross-border payment, like to some less developed countries where this political situation is much more volatile, there's always a risk of non-payment. So the insurance risk is very high. With blockchain, everything is certain, is set. So once I pay you, you will get the amount and it's non-reversible. So with that, I believe that it's going to facilitate the monetary flow within our huge world economy. And the whole GDP is determined by the amount of currencies you have, but also the monetary capacity, is determined by the amount of currency you have, but also by the rate of flow of the currency. And with Bitcoin and its associated cryptocurrency technology when it comes to payments, the rate of flow, the monetary flow, will be a lot faster than it is now. So projects can get funding very easily and money can be transferred very easily. So there's not much liquidity, not much shortage on cash and stuff like that. So I think that is going to help our economy grow down the road in the long run. And so I'll talk about the information flow, which is much more subtle. It is quite difficult to realize that what Bitcoin or blockchain in general has brought us is a revolution about the network topology, how we do business, how human beings organize themselves. So let's take a look at the very ancient times where we have peer-to-peer trading. how do I trade my goods with your goods? Say I produce silk and you produce apple, you grow trees, right? So I'll go to the market and find you and we will exchange the good. And so you see how people and society organize themselves is around peer-to-peer. And if I go to a store, I want to buy stock, I need to find someone who has the stock, and we exchange the entitlement to that stock, which may come in the form of paper. But right now, with the advancement in information flow, we have a centralized trading system where everything is digital. So instead of talking to the stakeholders, talking to people who have entitlement to that stock, to that company, we talk to a centralized system. And everyone is talking to one party to communicate the information system. And then one party is sitting in the middle, facilitating all the transaction. So that is the current model we have. And with the blockchain revolution, what it promises is sort of a different model. So we have a mediated, what I call mediated peer-to-peer. It is not entirely peer-to-peer like the thing we saw in the past. It's mediated peer-to-peer with the blockchain, mediated by blockchain, which connects us together. The very downside of the model that we're trying to use in the Asian part is that it's not efficient. So that's why we have moved on to a centralized model right now. But with the blockchain revolution, we have solved the connectivity issue. So we can connect to parties, peers very easily on the network. So we are going back to the mediated peer-to-peer network. So that's why you see a lot of business models have changed. So right now we have ICOs. In the past, we go to investors. And right now we have crowdfunding for events, which can be done more easily. Of course, we can do using the internet, the conventional outlet, but the reach is limited. So I think, in summary, what blockchain revolution has changed fundamentally is first monetary flow and the information flow. Yeah.